SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Vadaparni campus, is located in the heart of Chennai city, adjacent to Vadaparni metro and bus station, and very close to the Coimbatore Mofussil bus terminus. Over 200,000 square feet of air-conditioned and Wi-Fi enabled learning space and 60 plus state-of-the-art labs with around 5,000 students on roll. Our campus provides international exposure to our students through semester abroad program. The campus also holds an equally impressive placement record. The library has over 20,000 books and referred journals. The Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Vadaparni campus, stops short of nothing to put grand dreams in the minds of its students. Be it CAD, CIM or robotics, the students master the technologies that will lead to the next generation of industrial revolution. The Department of Computer Science Engineering provides an amazing breadth of opportunities to its students, defined by their relentless quest to stay ahead of the pack. The Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering offers interdisciplinary research, a system-level approach, and closed eyes within the space combined to yield knowledge that is both holistic and cutting-edge.
Open-minded.
Being able to conceptualize something and then see it come alive.
Home away from home. Fast-paced. Hands-on learning.
Hands-on learning.
Hands-on learning. I love this place.
I love it. I'm loving it.
Is a temple of modern learning with over 20 award-winning national projects. SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Vadaparni campus.
Will we get it started? Are all the participants let in, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. There's no one in the waiting room. Just a minute. Dean sir, can we start?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, okay. Please, ma'am.
Sir, can I start? Okay, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
On behalf of SRM IST Vadaparni campus team, I like to extend a very warm welcome to you all. I'm Dr. C.A.S. Devapreeta, Assistant Professor with Computer Science and Engineering Department, SRM IST Vadaparni campus. I like to extend a very warm welcome to our guest speakers today, Dr.P.Illango, Director, Strategic Academic Relations, DataFoundry AI, and Mr.Shyam Kumar, Senior Procurement Analyst, Rex Limited. I like to extend a very warm welcome to our senior management team, SRM IST Vadaparni campus, Dr. C.V. Jayakumar sir, our Dean CET, Dr. Gomati ma'am, Vice Principal Academics and Placements, Dr. Kesavan sir, Vice Principal Research, Dr. Prasanna Devi ma'am, HOD, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Dr. Shirley ma'am, HOD, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Dr. Rajaraman sir, HOD, Department of Mechanical Engineering. And I'd like to welcome all our young participants, the high schoolers from different schools who have joined the webinar today to learn and understand about pursuing a career in engineering. Choosing to pursue a career in engineering requires a clear understanding of what is ahead. You have to be ready to put everything into it, your time, your effort, your money, and of course, your dedication. The road ahead could get bumpy, but the rewards of your hard work will all be worth it. If you are a student who hasn't completely decided on pursuing a career as an engineer, I'm sure this webinar would certainly help you finalize your plans. A brief on the agenda. Our industry experts will address the participants on the industry's trends and the related career prospects in different streams of engineering. We also have one of our final year students who will share his inputs on building a successful career. School students who have joined in this meeting today also get a chance to participate in a logical puzzle contest. So this contest will be part of the webinar. You can participate in it and win exciting prizes. I'll be projecting few puzzles while the webinar is in progress. I request the participating students to review those questions and keep recording the answers at your end. You will be asked to submit the answers together at the end of the program. There will be a form which I'll float out, so you can submit the answers through the form. And yes, the winners will be announced at the end of the program. So before I invite our first speaker to address, a quick small video clip for you all to introduce our Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Stay tuned, I'll play the video now.
The path ahead: computer science and engineering. Some of the most trending technologies in computer science and engineering in the present day are AI and ML, IoT, cloud computing, software engineering, big data analysis, cybersecurity, mobile app development, networking, data analysis, pervasive computing. The Computer Science Department in our campus offers the following specializations: B.Tech CSE with specialization in Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, B.Tech CSE with specialization in Big Data Analytics, B.Tech Computer Science and Business System in collaboration with TCS. The job options and opportunities available after a B.Tech in Computer Science and Engineering includes but not limited to application developer, web designer, network engineer, social media manager, and so on. If you are passionate about coding and logical reasoning, choose CSE.
Thank you all for that. I would now like to introduce our speaker to take it forward. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Illango sir. Dr. Illango is qualified with PhD in Machine Learning from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchi, India. He began his career as an academician, worked in various renowned institutions, Madurai Kamaraj University, Tyagaraja School of Management, VIT and PSG Tech for 28 years. He has produced 6 PhDs and one of the scholar has been awarded Best Thesis for the year 2015 by CSI. He has published 72 research papers in various international journals, conferences in his research area. He has been consulting IT industries, providing analytics and decision sciences solutions, and has been mentoring IT startups. Following a very short stint at the Academic and Research Institute, PSG iTech, Dr. Illango joined DataFoundry in August 2021 as Director, Strategic Academic Relations. He is into ML research and innovation. He leads the production management and innovation efforts for machine learning products. He's passionate towards building teams with energetic and enthusiastic people. Welcome, sir. We are privileged to have you with us today for this webinar.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to interact.
We'll be
with
addressing the students on the topic career opportunity. Yes, sir, in IT industry. Over to you, sir.
Right. Thank you very much for the opportunity provided by SRM IST, Vadapalani campus. Nice to see you all, the professors here and the enthusiastic mind here. As I was introduced in that introduction part, I started my career in academics, but I got an opportunity to move into industry to concentrate on my own research area, machine learning and innovations. After I moved industry, I'm into recruitment through various institutes. These outcomes I would like to share with these young minds, the aspiring students of this group. What we look for from the students, I would like to highlight in another 10 minutes. It's a big challenge for us. We are really facing tough time. Why? Because after the COVID, people earlier thought that there will be a big stagnation in job market, but it happened in a reverse way. We have got high demand for IT professionals. Specifically speaking, as per the NASCAM report, it is 42% more than what is expected. Due to this, all the industries are struggling to get good talent from various institutes. So people like us, we hunt for students from institutes like SRM, then NIT, IIT, VIT, Amrita, JP Institute, like all the reputed institutes, we focus on this recruitment process. What we look during the recruitment process, we expect strong reasoning capability and the coding capability. These two capabilities we expect from the students, those are entering into programming. Being a product engineering company, in our recruitment process, we expect something beyond these two skills, which is referred as core knowledge. The core knowledge, what we refer here, the branches, what is referred in this CSE department presentations, BE Computer Science Engineering, specialization with AI and ML, and BE Computer Science Engineering with Business Management in collaboration with TCS, and BE Computer Science Engineering in Big Data specialization I have seen in the previous slides. So like this type of specialization, we look from students, whether they have core knowledge in these domains. Why these three domains are so important in terms of a job recruitment? Most of the automation industry, they are now expecting a machine to machine to interact. They want to take decision by itself. They don't need any human intervention. You might be heard about Industry 4.0. There, the communication between the machine to machine is now encouraged. All the industries are focusing on this, right from mechanical to all core area. We people, IT people, are trying to support them by providing various products, IT products, which will support them in terms of their productivity, which will be helping them to run their organizational aspects without any flaw. You might be heard about this IoT security. The word IoT may be referring like all the hardware configurations, how to interact each other. While they interact each other, they collect data from one another. Then they want to process there itself, and they want to take decision there itself. So we refer these part referred as analytics. So IoT and data analytics plays vital role in this present scenario. We hunt for the students, those who have this knowledge. So the BE computer science students, when they are specializing in these areas, definitely we expect that type of students for core engineering product development. When you are choosing your career, a career is widely available for all type of graduates, but in specific for IT, we have unexpected beyond level scope. With that, we people can easily attain good placement. This placement opportunity are available in three directions. One is data management, another one is device management, third will be of your storage management. These three areas will be exposed to all the graduates, those who are specializing in computer science engineering. Out of these three, definitely people will be much more capable in any one of the area. They will have high placement opportunity. We can refer like people will easily get super dream offers when they are good in core knowledge. So I would say that specifically for data science, we are really facing a lot of challenges. We are not getting right candidates. People are thinking that when they are good in programming like Python, they claim that they are a machine learning engineer. It's not like that. The core knowledge of AI in machine learning should be the expected skill set from the students, and the Python or like any other language which can be used to implement these coding aspects. And I would suggest the young minds should focus on writing the low-level coding instead of using the libraries what is available in the program compilation. So if the students are equipping themselves in this area, data science, they have huge job opportunities. And as I told you, in IoT area, lots and lots of job opportunities available. And storage management, nowadays, many certifications are available. And people who are good in storage management are in high demand. So these type of job opportunities are available for the computer science graduations. Specifically for IT market is so high now. People who have good opportunity are asking for 100% hike when they are moving from one industry to another industry. And students who are all coming out from institute like SRM are prone to get super dream offers in top level industries. Normally the super dream offers will be cut by IITs or NITs, but SRM like institute are coming out good graduates. They are now creating dreams into the reality. So these opportunities will be widely available for the students, those who are graduating from computer science. So with this, I thought I can wind up my points. I'm open to answer all the queries which are all raised by the participants.
Thank you very much, sir. It was a very insightful session. So I'm sure students would have got an idea on how to start, how to prepare, all your points on how to get ready for a successful career. I'm sure it will be really useful for them. I request the student participants to raise your questions if any. Sir has a meeting to attend after this, so he likes to take your questions right away and not push it to the end of the session. So please raise and get it clarified.
You please feel free to interact with me. Now, unless you question.
I just have one question now.
Yeah.
So the question is, what could we expect in the post-pandemic situation with respect to the IT sector career opportunities?
Yeah, as I was referring earlier, people are coming out with normal certifications. They're claiming that they are good in some programming. Mere programming knowledge is not really expected by the industries. We expect core competence knowledge in the subject area. if we are referring like machine learning, this should be really strong in fundamentals, machine learning fundamentals, artificial intelligence, then deep learning. Like this, they should be able to model a product and come out with optimized output.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, participants can post your questions in the chat window. You post the questions to me, I'll just share and we'll get it addressed. So we have one more question here. How to face the latest trends? Is the curriculum just enough, or should we rely on external sources?
Yeah, curriculum is the basic. Curriculum, people should be very strong. In fact, during our interview, we check for the fundamentals, the two in a curriculum. Frankly speaking, we used to test how do they multiply two matrices. Question is very, very simple. But you won't believe some of the students are forgetting about the method of calculating the multiplication of two matrices. So we expect the strong fundamentals from the core subject knowledge. In addition to that, this will be updated on the recent trends. If they are doing this too, definitely they will have good market value. As I told you, people can easily catch up. Super dream offers. Getting a placement in IT is not a big task. Nowadays, IT job market is widely available. In fact, we have some of the industries, I don't want to name, they are now taking bunch and budget students, those who passed out from 2020, 21, now 22. For the past 2 years, they are identifying the dropout students and then observing all the students, training them, inducting into that organization. So market is available widely, but getting a super dream offer should be our task. So if you want to achieve super dream offer, the candidates should be very strong in fundamental, in curriculum. In addition to that, they should be up to date in the technology.
Thank you, sir, for a detailed explanation on that. We have one question from Monisha Ramesh. Which would offer a better career? She likes to compare AI/ML versus data science versus blockchain technology.
Actually, except blockchain, AI, ML, data science, all are almost in a common Venn diagram. Blockchain is a recent innovation in security aspects, and that also utilizing some of the data science technologies or data science concepts. All three are, I can say, having high-level job market.
Thank you, sir. And we have a question from Prabhu. What are the tools required to be learned in recent trend?
No, we do not say it as a tool. You should be strong in programming fundamentals. Like if at all you take one language, you should be strong in the language. And as I told you, you should not use the built-up libraries and all. Many interviews I see students are directly using the libraries. And whenever we find the student is directly pulling the library to execute some task, we don't prefer that students. We prefer the student who write their own code. So programming tools can be used only for the configuration or for building up some environment. When you want to write application, when you want to write a system program, we should be able to write it on low-level coding, not by using the built-in functions.
Thank you, sir, for the clarity on the myth and reality. Thank you. So I have one more question. I'm reading it out. That is from Tarun. The question reads this way. Hello, sir. I'm class 12 student. What do you think is the programming language of the future? By that, I mean, what language do you think is going to be the base of technology in the near future?
The programming language is a basic for us. So unless we know the programming language or unless we are strong in the programming language, we can't enter the IT industry. Specifically speaking, even the 10 years experienced people, we expect the coding skill set. If the person is coming only and talking here, will not serve the purpose of product development. So programming language is a base, but only issue is whatever programming language you study in the first year, may not be in the job market when you're coming out. So what you have to do, all the programming language structures and conceptual base and compiler models and stages of the compiler, all internal data structure utilization, transformations, everything you should be familiar. So every language you should take it as a full commitment, then try to understand that. Then whenever new language is also coming up, you should be able to adopt it. You cannot say that I know only C and C++. The Python nowadays everybody is telling. Definitely after 2 years, some other new tool will come and people will be attempted on it. So programming languages will be there forever. And even after 20 years of experience, you people should be strong in programming knowledge. Unless you have a programming language, you can't enter into IT industry and you can't survive there for a long time.
Thank you, sir. Then there is one more question.
Opportunities for ECE students in ML. Tremendous opportunity. Why I am telling is, students, those who have hardware knowledge, architecture knowledge, digital electronics knowledge, communication knowledge, along with machine learning conceptual knowledge, then the implementation skills using any one of the programming knowledge will definitely take you to the top level. Here, the students, those who are good in core computer science engineering and electronics and communication engineering, both are competing. This computer science engineering student, those who are good in hardware and software, outperforming the ECE students. Sometimes the ECE students, those who are good in communication aspects, are competing with our computer science students. So these are all interrelated. But obviously the ECE students, when you are working with ML knowledge, or if you are taking ML courses as audit courses while you are doing your curriculum, will help you to fetch top level job.
Thank you, sir. There is one more question.
Another one.
Sorry for taking much of your time, sir.
No, it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting, but still I'm postponing my other schedule.
Thank you, sir.
Most of the students are facing difficult in understanding the programming language. So this only thing is you should have a drive to come out with a solution. And we people sometimes feel that some syntax is very tough or some identify the root cause error. We just want to come out with the outcome. That's the reason the programming language seems to be very tough. And as I told you, we try to use the library, never use the library. And before you start your programming, coding, you try to come out with your own algorithm first. Once your algorithm is clear, then you can easily code it into appropriate programming language. When you want to convert your algorithm into appropriate coding, you need only the equal syntaxes that you can easily fetch from your available libraries, available glossary, then adopt it. Only thing is, each and every syntax, what it is doing, when it is to be used, that has to be known. And when there is any error is coming out, what is the error code and what should be the actual error? That you have to diagnose. Only based on your experience and out of your curiosity, you will be definitely excel in your programming skills. So once you see some error, you should not go back. You should try to identify what is the problem. Where is the error? Error will not be definitely on the same line or same outcome, might be in somewhere else. That is where we insist computer science graduates having some core subjects like data structures and algorithm design. These two courses are helping them a lot in coming out with good programming skill set. And I would suggest those who are doing ECE and other branches, if they are doing this data structure and algorithmic design papers as audit paper at least, they will also do better performance in our job market.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, it is.
Yes, sir.
Carry on.
Ma'am, have they posted any other questions to you directly, ma'am? That's all I could see in my chat and on the comment
Which
chat.
is easy to learn, AI versus data science? Monisha Ramesh has posted it.
Can you please repeat it?
Which is easy to learn, AI or data science?
The easy and tough one. It's a subjective matter. If you are so much interested, even climbing Himalaya is also very easy. Right. So it's up to your interest. And data science and ML almost. ML is a subset of data science.
That's it, ma'am. No other
Yeah,
questions.
thank you, sir.
So thank you so much for sparing your valuable time and
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Devaprita.
probably postponing
Earlier
your
bird.
schedule.
Yes.
We'll keep on interacting. We'll
Yeah,
be in touch.
definitely, sir.
Very happy to be with all of you again and again whenever possible.
Our pleasure. We are also waiting.
Let's be in touch. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, we'll now move on. I'd like to quickly share a puzzle question before we move on to the next speaker. Like the students to note down the answers, please don't submit. At the end, when I ask you to submit the answers, you can. I'll be projecting a question now, and you will be given 60 to 80 seconds to answer, after which the slide will be closed. You can make a note of the answer in the form link. Don't submit the link, have it with you. After we finish all the puzzles, you can submit. Just give me a minute, I'll share. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. The students, you can just see puzzle one question. Here you go, 90 seconds.
Devaprita,
Yes, sir.
can you please read the puzzle as such?
Yes, sir.
The person has some money with him.
A person has some money with him. When he passes through a temple, his money gets doubled. He offers rupees 100 at every temple. His pocket is empty when he reaches home. He visits a total of 4 temples. So what was the money he initially had? So it's a simple math calculation for the 11th and 12th grade students here. You can pen down your answers and keep, I'll share a form. Another 30 seconds. Okay. So I'd like to close with this. Have the answers with you. We'll move on and collect the answers at the end. Thank you. So we would now call upon our next speaker. Before that, he's from mechanical engineering, our alumni. So I would like to play a quick video clip for you all about our mechanical engineering department, and then we'll connect with the speaker.
The path ahead: mechanical engineering. The thrust areas of mechanical engineering can be broadly classified as follows: design, thermal, manufacturing, and materials. Given below are the various areas of opportunities for mechanical engineers. Defense, marine, aeronautics, and metallurgy are some of them. The key skills and courses associated with mechanical engineering include the following. The mechanical engineering specializations includes B.Tech, Mechanical Engineering, and B.Tech, Mechanical Engineering with specialization in artificial intelligence and machine learning. If you are passionate about design, manufacturing, and maintaining mechanical systems and robotics, choose mechanical engineering.
And I'll just post the link for the puzzle answer form and then we'll move on. Don't submit the form, just key in the first answer. Now I would like to introduce our alumni speaker. I once again like to welcome Mr. R. Shyam Kumar, Senior Procurement Analyst, India. Mr. Shyam Kumar is our alumnus. He completed his mechanical engineering at our SRM Vadapanni campus. He belongs to the 2020 batch. Mr. Shyam started his career as an intern at Google Chemical Plant and Equipments. He further worked as a supply chain analyst in packaging department at TVS Supply Chain Solutions, Chennai. He is currently working as a senior analyst, GBS Procurement Flex Limited. He works on the preparation and execution of purchase orders and allocating them to a range of global suppliers. He is responsible for managing transactional interactions with suppliers. He is well experienced in regulating the competency of the supply chain. He'll be addressing the students on the topic, mechanical engineering and interdisciplinary career approach. Over to you, Mr. Shyam.
Hi, good evening to all. Thanks. This is a privilege for me to represent my university and to the wider young audience, actually, to the school students who are aspiring to take engineering in their graduations. So, yes, I've completed my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and it was a journey of so many memories and nostalgias in the SRM University. And as one may say that success is not a destination, it is all about your journey. My journey in SRM University has paved me the way to the career aspects which I have today. So during the 4 years of my course, I had a wider range of opportunities and so many things which happened in our university, the events and the seminars and workshops we are exposed to. And we get an opportunity to find who we are within ourselves, and we can easily find out the domains which we are interested in. So as you might have seen that the upcoming programs in the university have machine learning and artificial intelligence, even in the domain of mechanical engineering. Yes, and that's how the technology has been inculcated in the curriculum as well. Ever since our program in university, we had a lot of electives and as well as wider opportunities to broaden our horizons. For instance, like people who are interested in designing also pursue the mechanical language, and our university and the mechanical department in particular have people around the globe who might have helped you throughout your process. And there are many associations with the CAD schools and CAM schools where the students go out to learn to acquire the knowledge of the designing field, like software such as AutoCAD and SolidWorks and so on. Yes, the university has wider range of aspects and resources in particular, because we are always able to rely on our faculty members who are always make us more enthusiastic with the current cutting edge technologies. And yes, we have a range of curriculum where we are exposed to constant upgradation in the technology. my batch witnessed the use of MOOCs, which is the online courses which we do right now, but it was introduced in a couple of regulations ahead. So we were supposed to do the massive open online courses during a part of a curriculum where we were exposed to choose the subject we were from the link we have from Swayam the IIT certifications. Yes, and I would say that most of the universities did not have at that point of time when compared after the post-pandemic, because it was always inculcated us with the current trends in the technology. And we might see that even being a mechanical engineer, you might have been exposed to so many parts of the engineering aspects. For instance, is like the internship process is always mandatory. The students will have a hands-on experience in whatever industry which they prefer to do. I had few friends who had done their internships in chemical industries and mechanical industries and production lines, where they were always elevated towards the machining and the mechanical aspects. And yes, and even the more so, we have the karting competitions, which occurs every year in our university, where so many numerous events where the students, we form our own teams, and we represent the SRM University as a whole in each and every karting competitions, be it either the battery operated eco carts or diesel engine carts, where we work for 3 to 4 days in the field, and we drive the cart in the open field to have the ones you have already seen in the films and all those exposures videos in the exact college days. So this was an opportunity for even myself, because I was an active participant in karting competitions, and the university, the department in particular, will provide you full support. And we had the resources as well. So we used to stay back in our university during the lab periods, and we used to fabricate our own cards from the scratch. And the exposures you meet with the so many your senior members, the faculty members, and the resources you avail from them will be so illuminating, and it is always an experience to take back. Yes, and while talking about the technology aspects such as Industry 4.0, as we might have seen the artificial intelligence and machine learning topics which have been included in the part of the specialization, yes, there is always a thirst for having programming knowledge, and we have to meet the cutting edge curriculum, because it is once the syllabus has been updated, we have to meet the industrial requirements. We no more see any automation, we no more see any manual work in industries, and laborers are doing the same repetitive, monotonous job in their life. Everything has been automated. So yes, that's how it has been introduced in our curriculum. And we have been exposed to many numerous trainings as well as online courses. Our professors will come out of their way to help us out and to have an overall picture of what is currently happening in the university. We were able to represent our colleges in many other aspects, such as the karting competitions, which I had already said, the symposiums and the national level webinars, where we go out to people, to research members and faculty members across the college, across other universities, where we are able to share our thoughts and ideas and present our papers. So I was also always particular to exchange my ideas and cross-pollinate my views to the large public. So I made sure that I had been present in most of the symposiums, where it is always an ideal thing for a student to meet a lot of new people around the cloud. And my cohorts, for instance, we had a range of participants from other neighbor universities, where we were able to discuss the curriculum and how the standard of teaching which we are being given in our university. And while talking about the placement aspects, yes, the mechanical department also provides the major boom in placement strategies. And we have been given so many placement offers, and I personally have acquired three campus placement offers during my final year. And yes, they train you to the maximum to get you a job if you're very keen in getting placed at the top super dream or dream universities. And even I would like to mention even the career department, career centers, where the faculty members in career development centers will reach out to you. And it is ever since the first semester where we have courses and knowledge has been given to us about the how you conduct yourself in an interview, as well as your technical knowledge and quantitative and aptitude questions and your vocabularies, where they make you fit for a work culture. So I was always grateful to that department, because even if you're not looking out for jobs, it will be easier for you when you're trying to pursue your masters, because they will always there to guide you how to frame your resumes, how it will be how they will be make you attractive to the recruiters as well as the universities. And yes, we and I remember a few of my friends who are even opted the semester abroad programs, where this is the brightest opportunities at SRM University, where we get to spend an entire semester at a foreign university of our choice. So there will be a list of around 70 to 80 universities, which the other foreign universities, where we will be able to go and pursue our entire semester there. And we'll be exposed to the new technologies and technologies, as well as the curriculum and the ideologies of the other international peers. So in that aspect, our university has given us a privilege, I would say, because it is not very common in other universities, affiliated universities or deemed universities, where a student gets an opportunity to spend an entire semester having an idea of the current technological needs, to spend an entire, say, a span of 5 to 6 months in a foreign location. So these are the wonderful aspects the university provides. And even being a mechanical engineer, I had expanded my horizons in industrial engineering and supply chain management. So as we might have seen that data analytics and artificial intelligence and have been imparted our ways towards engineering as a whole, because no one sees you are from a CSE department or an ECE department or a mechanical department. At the end of the day, we all represent a same industry in the job market. So it is always about the acquirance of so many activities and the knowledge of softwares which you develop even through the journey of your education at SRM. And having said that, I would also say that there are wider aspects for mechanical engineer. You have a range of opportunities out in the world, because even after completing your degree, you have been inculcated with ideas and programming knowledge via your curriculum, and you will be able to face the job market along with a computer science engineer who pursues to try for the IT job or an analyst job, because many of the working professionals these days are trying to shift towards the data science career, because even be it from their a diverse group of undergraduation, because industrialization, industry 4.0 has made it so viable that we have been in an environment that it should be futuristic, and we need to meet the current trends, because everything is about technology. And we have the voice assistants like Siri's and Amazon Alexa's, where everything is voice controlled, and we have technicians who code for the voice inputs, and we have the mechanical aspects when it comes to designing the revolutionary products. So yes, it has mechanical engineering as a whole provides you an overall aspect of what you would like to do, irrespective of other fields, as well as you will be having a clear picture of what you would be able to pursue in your near future. Would anyone like to raise a question?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Shyam Kumar. It was a very detailed explanation to the students. I'm sure they would have got a complete idea on what career prospects they have in terms of mechanical engineering. Thanks for that. I now request the students quickly can post any questions is from the mechanical engineering stream. Those students who have anything on that can please raise your questions now. You can send it to me or post it in the window. So, Mr. Shyam, I've just received one question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just reading it out for you. My cousins who completed mechanical engineering have settled with IT jobs. Is it difficult to get core company placements for mechanical engineering students?
Definitely not, because you need to always because you need to have the basic knowledge which have to be acquired during your graduation. Because I was provided a core job in escorts. So it was a tractor manufacturing company placed at Faridabad. So I was given an opportunity to do my as a graduate engineering trainee at Faridabad. Well, I still preferred during the pandemic. Everything had its own way, and I wasn't able to pursue further at that point of time 2 years back. So it is always about how you get involved with the subject, and it is not only about the book education which you follow. It is always the online courses and the softwares, particularly because you need to have an update about what you would like to do in your future. Suppose if you want to be in a manufacturing field, you need to have an essential trainings and internships which has to be relevant to pursue further, because you can't be a fresh grad with in front of a recruiter having a null experience and only a theoretical knowledge about the subject would not help you out anywhere. You have to get actively participated in many of the events which the university provides, and your internship opportunities and your online courses these days have been a boost to our CV, as well as the softwares with many CAD and CAD centers which have been provided along your way towards the journey. And yes, always it's your interest to sit for an ideal job, and your marks speaks. So as long as you have persistent efforts towards your education in your semester examination, I would say that it will be a piece of cake.
Yes, thanks, Mr. Shyam. Any other questions? Students, you can quickly post. I just have one more quick question. Share an important tip which you think can help the students focus on their goal during their college days.
Well, that's an important and difficult question to answer. It's always up to you to stay focused. So even you should always have the capacity to multitask, because only textbook education will not take you anywhere. We need to come and take out responsibilities and to meet people, and sitting behind and having a good score will never help you out. And you have to be actively participating in cultural events as well as technical symposiums to let out the introvertness within yourself. So you need to come out and speak about what you know to the public and share in paper presentations and symposiums to have an idea about what is happening around the industrial field. And to stay focused, I would say that, okay, it would be a bitter reality, but yes, you need to get detached from technology and don't waste your time in sitting in front of your OTT platforms like Netflix and Prime. Rather, indulge yourself in online courses and read a book to enrich your vocabulary. So, or even take a sport, because even your physical and mental health is also important along the journey. So it is always up to you to remain focused and to have a persistent dream which will haunt you throughout.
Thanks, Mr. Shyam. You have highlighted the need of the hour, especially during this pandemic. Thanks for that. Yes, I think if you can stay around for some more time, if you don't mind, there are more questions we'll post to you while we move ahead.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. So we would now move on. I'll quickly post the second person before we move on to our student speaker. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Shyam caught a prize fish last weekend. He was going to measure it, but realized that his ruler was not long enough. He was able to measure the head and discovered that it was 9 centimeters long. He then measured the tail and found that it was the length of the head plus half the length of the body. If the body was length of the head plus the tail, what is the total length of the fish? It sounds complex, but it's actually simple if you can read it again on your own. You get 90 seconds here to solve this. Again, I repeat, there is a new link posted. Please put your answer there, but don't submit the form. We have one more last puzzle to be solved. The countdown starts now, 90 seconds. Yes, the time ends now. So we'll close it here and move on. Thank you all. Have your answers noted down. So we will now have our last speaker, our student speaker. He's from the ECE branch. So before that, I would like to again play a quick video clip. Just an introduction to our ECE department before we have our student. Give me a minute. I'm just going to share a video clip again.
The path ahead: electronics and communication engineering. The areas that involve applications of ECE include wireless communication, microelectronics, VLSI design, IoT, RF and microwave systems, embedded systems, signal and image processing. Some of the most biggest project domains that include the use of ECE concepts are as follows. Some of the most trending technologies in ECE in the present day are IoT, nanotechnology, biomedical application, and etc. The ECE department offers two specializations: B.Tech, Electronics and Communication Engineering, and B.Tech, Electronics and Communication Engineering with specialization in data science. The career prospects of an ECE engineer are varied. Furthermore, we see the availability of jobs based on ECE in the government sector and several high-end companies like Microsoft, Intel, Cadence, and etc. If you are passionate about circuits and IoT, choose ECE.
So I would now like to introduce our student speaker. We have Harshit, final year student from ECE. So Harshit is a very active student, enthusiastic and energetic, an academic topper. And being from ECE stream, he has a good flair for programming practices. He has been active in a lot of clubs in our college, and he has contributed in many seminars and workshops and has won a lot of awards and prizes. He is currently placed with Bajaj Finserv, and he also has a couple of day one offers added to it. I would now like to invite Harshit. Harshit is going to give you all some tips. You are all freshly entering to the college. Let's hear from Harshit, his tips. Harshit?
Yes, ma'am.
It's over to you.
I'll share my screen, ma'am. I have a small presentation to do.
Yes, please. You should be able to, you are, yes.
Yes, ma'am. I believe everyone can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes, Harshit, please go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am, for the great introduction. I still don't believe I did all those in 4 years. Okay, good evening all. Hope you all are doing well. I'm Harshit, final year student from EC department. I'm here to give you some tips for incoming college students, and I'm here to tell something which I did that brought me success, and I am here to tell you something which I would tell to my younger self. So I won't take much time, 5 to 10 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, and I'll be done. So the day you join college, the environment changes around you. You are no longer termed as kids. You are more responsible and mature now. So I'm no expert, but here are some few tips from my side. So first, find your team. No, you have to be friends with everyone, but your team is something specific. No, this is important because you will spend most of your college time with your friends. Now, as it said, you are the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. So I want you all to find your perfect team. So by this, I don't mean that you go and stay with the class topper every time. No. You have to find friends who have a common interest and have a growth mindset. No, believe me, growing with your friends is an amazing experience. No, it will take time to identify your friends. I got my perfect team only after 2 years of college. So be patient. So next, try everything. By this, I mean, just try everything. Every opportunity that comes around, you have to experiment with all. I did the mistake of not taking opportunity at first, but only then I realized. See, initially, you don't know what you are good at or what you like. If you know it, then that's great. But if you don't know it, you still have a lot of time to figure it out and perfect it. So for that, you have to test everything. With trial and error, you'll come to know what you are good at. So here are some examples from my journey. I tried all sorts of things during my college. I started teaching my classmates. Then I did coding. Then once I played PUBG tournament. Then once I was in Clash Royale tournament. Then in between, I saw that one of my friends had a successful meme page. So I thought, why not I try it? So I started my own meme page. That was hilarious. So I did poster making, flower decoration, and event management, comparing sometimes. Then once I played basketball for my team, for my EC department. Then I made Android apps, websites, Raspberry Pi, sensors, Arduino boards, digital painting, which was not really good, it was awful, and so many like these. So only after that did I realize that what I like the most and what I'm good at. So after that, I just continued with that because I always believe in these magical lines. It says you never know until you try. So next is get good grades and make projects. So you all must be thinking that this is obvious, right? So, but this is an important thing. And as our alumni said just before me, that you have to get good grades because at some point, grades will surely matter. Don't take your academics lightly. Be consistent with your studies. And you have to make enough projects also. Like they are proof that you have learned something. So doing a project is a great way of learning. You learn to communicate and be a team player. I had many opportunities in my college, so many competitions to participate. Initially, I had little stage fear. So, but after so many presentations, now I can turn back to my competitions, my older competitions, and say that changed my life. So here are some final notes. Don't compare yourself with others. Just think, can today's me defeat yesterday's me? I'll repeat, can today's me defeat yesterday's me? If the answer is yes, then you are right. Then you are on the right track and you are growing. So, and the process is more important than setting up a goal. So think about this, a winner and a loser have the exact same goal, but the way they practice it, what makes them different. So you and your friend may dream of getting into MNCs, top MNCs. So both may dream of that, but the way you practice it, what makes you different. So I started early. Every day, little, all my faculties helped me, all my EC faculties, even CSE faculties, I would always ask them help also. And they, we had aptitude training from the very start, just like how our alumni told, we had aptitude training from the very start, which really made us clear about almost every, all of my friends and myself, we were able to clear almost every aptitude round in the first round itself. So even during the placement, we had placement training from CDC department, EC department, MEC, and every other department too. So on this note, on behalf of all students, I would like to thank everyone who made us who we are today. from our faculties, CBC department, EC department, everyone. Okay, so now I guess I'm reaping the fruit of the hard work that they have put into me. So as ma'am said, I got my offer from Bajaj, and I was the first candidate to get placed in this batch. So thank you very much for that one. And thank you all for listening. And I would like to conclude my presentation with the final mantra, which my seniors always told me, that start early. Thank you all.
Thanks, Ashit. So that was well-defined, structured set of tips, very useful for the high schoolers now to start with their college days. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I would now quickly post the last person. You all can post the answers after that. Very simple one. Hope you can see that. I'm reading it out for you. The last one. If two painters can complete 2 rooms in 2 hours, how many painters would it take to do 18 rooms in 6 hours? Countdown starts now. You are given 90 seconds. Your time ends now. Thank you. I now request all the participants to use the answer form link that's been provided to you. Maybe we can paste it again. Just a minute. You can now submit the form. While we move on to the last part of this session, which will be Q&A, we would like to quickly take any questions. Want to close it on time. We are literally running late. We'll take few questions quickly. Revised link. Ma'am, can you once again post the revised link that I pasted? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. While we take the question and answers, I'll just give you a minute to submit the form. Please quickly do it. Towards the end, we also like to get the feedback from you on the session. So I will post the last form to collect the feedback from you all. I request you all to share your feedback for the webinar. Any more things that you expect from such webinars, maybe in the next one, we can add those things. So the idea is to get the input from you. Once you submit this, we'll move on to that. Yes, please start posting your questions, if any, quickly, please. I've just received one question. So I'm reading out the question here. Is SRM an academic-centric university? Right now at school, I'm getting involved in sports and cultural activities. Will such opportunities be extended at SRM? May I request Dean Sir to take this question, please?
In a nutshell, I can say you can take up SRM Madapalani. Probably that answers your anxiety in a single word. Yes. as the two speakers, Shyam and Harshit, elaborated on the opportunities they had other than the academics, and what obviously they got as of now, probably vouch for what we impart to our students other than the academics. As our industry speaker, Dr.P.Illango said, your academics form the base. And what are the skills you develop within yourself and the various other activities. And Harshit put it across, you form the team and start early, compare yourself with what you were yesterday and what you are today. And your best competitor is not somebody else, it's you. So try to compare yourself with you, not anybody else. If you do that, I believe we are honestly insulting our own selves. So I can give an assurance that at SRM Vadapalani campus, academics is given importance. Equal importance is given to the co-curricular and extracurricular activities. And I have seen the campus, vibrating with various activity every day invariably from various departments. I guess I have answered that. Still, there is
yes, sir.
If there's any clarification still needed, I am more than happy to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions? So we are almost in the end of the session. I request you all to post the questions to me, which can be quickly discussed. I have received one question on computer science. I'm just reading it out. I'm not from computer science branch. I'm from the biology group. Will I be able to cope up with computer science engineering? May I request Prasanna Devi ma'am to take this question, please?
Yes, ma'am. May I know who has asked the question?
And I have this from Divya.
Okay. Divya, please listen. We almost have 60 to 70% of our students, like every year, batch on batch, who belong to biology group. Okay. So you don't have to worry at all. We'll take care of it. Okay. Yes, ma'am, done.
Thank you. Thank you. Students, I'm receiving responses to the puzzle. There seems to be a competition, I think, more than 3 right answers. I'm just looking into the responses. In such a case, we'll have to go by the time when you submitted. Whoever quickly solved it, I think I'll have to do that. Looks like we have 5 people with right answers. I'm just checking. Before that, any last question, anything quickly which you would like to post? I'm going to close the responses for the answers.
To Devaprita, already we are late in closing the form.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll
Because
do
we
that.
have given 390 seconds earlier, and it is only a question of filling up the data. Hardly about a minute it takes.
I think then I'll call out the winners right
No,
away.
yeah, just give some time. I mean, I share my thought process.
Any other questions? Okay, before that, quickly one question here. This is from Kavya. How different are the specialization courses offered in ECE department when we compare to core ECE? May I request Shirley ma'am to take this question, please?
Yes, ma'am. Normally, in a ECE department, for core ECE engineering, we have 6 professional electives. So if we go for specialization courses like data science, we allocate those 6 professional electives will be based on data science courses like introduction to data science and Python language, learning Python language, machine learning, deep learning, and data visualization, how to do a data analysis and simulation using open source tool RR, and so on. Like that, one set of courses for making the students specialized in data science. So those courses will be offered as a professional 6 professional electives for the specialization. For example, data science. Whereas in core ECE, other than that, if the students are interested in electronics domain or in communication domain, based on that, the subjects they will have based on their interest. So that is the main difference between the core engineering ECE branch as well as the specialization in ECE. I hope I had answered, ma'am, your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. So we have closed the form, and now we would like to announce the winners.
Ma'am, before that, just a minute, ma'am. You can read out the schools who are on the leaderboard, ma'am. Starting from Bhavan's, I can see the leaderboard here.
Can you please read out, ma'am? Just
okay, Bhavan's, DAV Public School, Fatima Matriculation, Sri Venkateshwara and St. Joseph, Ramana Vidyashram.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, you can now announce, ma'am.
1 minute.
You want me to do?
Yes, ma'am, please. I have some problem in loading this. I've shared the names with you. Can you please announce the results, ma'am?
This is from 1, 2, 3, is it? Janani
yes, ma'am. We had more than 3 right answers, but we went by the time taken for the response.
Okay. So all these 3 participants, they hold the first prize, is it?
Yes, ma'am. In the same order. All of them have given that, but we have ranked them 1, 2, 3 based on who gave the response first.
First. Okay. Okay, ma'am. So the first one is Miss Janani VS from DAV Public School, Velacheri. Then we have Harshita from St. Joseph's Matriculation Higher Secondary School. And then we have Tarun from Bhavan's Rajaji Vidyashram. Hearty congratulations.
A round of applause for you all. Congratulations to you all. So we'll send. Yes, sir.
As an attendee, I'm curious to know the answers. If you could publish it, because the results are over.
Yes, sir.
Results are declared, so answers could also.
Just 1 minute, sir. I'm sharing that.
Just the answers, not the logic. That should be fine.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Because I have got some answers. I just want to check whether I am right.
So answer number 1 is 93.75. That the money related puzzle. Answer number 2, 72 centimeters, the fish puzzle. And answer number 3, 6 painters, the last one. So others can, speakers and others can check your answers if you have solved the puzzle. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Good.
So I'm just going to share the feedback link. Just give a minute for them to post their feedback, and then we'll go to the final note. Our special thanks to all the enthusiastic students today for joining the webinar and even participating in the puzzle contest. We'll send out the certificates and prizes to you. It will be shared over email. Details will come to you. Now, please submit your feedback on the webinar. So we keep doing this series, and if you would like to have any other inputs to be done as part of this program, we would be happy to add it as part of our agenda next time. So that's why we have shared a feedback link there. Please share your feedback. I hope the link is working. Ma'am, can one of you just check?
Yes, ma'am. It's working.
Sir, before we close, would you like to address?
I think the webinar went on very well. My hearty congratulations to the department for having thought it in a different way, making it more, kind of interactive, though it is on a visual mode. And I'm sure that the students would have been benefited. At least a kind of interest is kindled in them. And my thanks to the industry speaker, Dr.P.Illango, and Shyam, Kumar, and Vishnu.
Harshit.
Thank you, guys. and wish you all the very best in your endeavor. God bless you all. I am done.
Thank you, sir. So I would like to thank the entire team here, all the speakers and the senior management team and our school participants for joining with us in the webinar today. My final note to the students here, those who are interested to look ahead for your career with SRM IST Vadapalli, you can get on to our website and we have the exam details there. We usually have SRM JEE, which is an entrance test for getting on to SRM group of institutions. Phase 1 is already over. We have the next phases, dates and all the announcements there. You can take further information or get in touch with us for any other details you want in that. You can take the exam in the month of April when the next phase comes in. You all understand it's pandemic and the current 12th standard students would have had a very tough time to cope up with your online lessons and take the board exam. Hearty wishes to you on behalf of the entire SRM team here. Do your exams well. All the very best to you all. We'll sign off here. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, I take it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shyam.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Shyam.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Harshit.